Greetings everyone. Today I would like to introduce you our small effect computer 1, which is the brand new control unit for the effects for your plastic model. This one, which you can see here, is already connected. I will describe the connection in later steps. But first, what is new here? Let's start from the bottom. Here is the classic connection of the 12 volts 1 ampere, which you connect the unit to the power supply, which I have straight here. Okay, I'm running it over the switch here, so you can see switching the unit on. Then you can see here the trimmers, which is for the engine or basically propeller setup, which shows you the maximum revolution per minute, because we had some really sophisticated questions from the modelers how we are setting up the revolutions, because some of them were too high or too low. So we decide to add the trim here for the setup. And right away here are the 3 buttons, which I will show you also. One is for setting up and testing the unit itself, including the sound module. Second one is the input testing, and the middle one is for the engine revolutions setup. Then we have here classic connection of the speaker, which is right here. Then we have the sound module, where on the micro SD card you upload your MP3 and install right away. And then you have here outputs for the light emitting diode effects. Then on the bottom here is the PWM control. So this is for the effect of the engines. The connection is here directly. So if you remember, you need to create the circuits, like for example for the position lights. One on the left side is red, on the right side is green, and the tail section is white. So you connect all the negative poles for these 3 light emitting diodes and put one output right here and connect to the unit. What you do with the anodes are connected all together inside the model. Okay, and there is only one wire which is connected to the position right on the bottom. So here you have all the cathodes of the circuits, so position lights, landing lights, formation lights, interior, cockpit, and so on. And this is connected directly to the control unit, and anodes are connected inside the model, and one wire is going out. Don't forget to calculate the resistor which is connected to the anodes. I usually use 270 ohms for the 12 volts, and this is perfect. The intensity of the light is okay. If you feel that it's too much, of course, place the higher resistor, like 470 or 600 something, but you will see that the lights are getting really slow, low intensity, and I think the 270 is perfect. So here is the all the wiring coming out from the model, and then it's separated and connected to here. The control unit is starting the effects while you connect the negative pole. So if you select here number 1, this is for the twin engine aircraft. Number 2 is for the 4-engine propeller aircraft, and number 3 is for the jet twin-engine aircraft. So you have two options: either connect to the grounding here, or the connection for the ground is also this one. Okay, so this is in general what is new in the control unit. So let's connect the power supply, and then I will show you the calibrations, I will show you the effects, and also the model connection. Okay, we have connected power supply. So let me press the switch on, and here you will see the blue SMD flashing and the noise of the speaker. This tells you that the connectivity is okay, and the unit is waiting for the input. Okay, so the input is activated by connecting the wire to the ground. Okay, so I'll press it here, and then you will see that the effect starts starting. So here the SMDs are going straight forward. So each of the SMD show you the state of the effect, then flashing the lights. So here are the different flashing lights effects. So you can, if you are connecting the airliner, so you can choose the strobe lights and the lights itself. Also you can hear the MP3 starting. So this means that the engines and the PWM output is going on. Okay, so you will see straight here. Okay, so the propeller is rotating, interior is on, and the lights are also on inside the interior. Okay, and you can see here the green SMDs, which are showing you the state of the setup of the PWM. So this is in general how the unit operates. So now I will show you the calibration. Okay, so the calibration itself is described by these 4 buttons: arrow up, arrow down, OK, and reset. So if you would like to enter the mode for the calibration and the testing, you press the button first and then press reset. So you see the unit is testing itself. Okay, so the first one will be the arrow up. So this is for the self-test. So I press the arrow up and reset, and press the reset until it starts. Okay, so you see that now we are checking the outputs. So all the lights are on. So you can check yourself on the model that all the lights are on perfectly, and you are sure that everything is correct. Also in this mode the sound module is tested. Okay, so you see the small SMD here and everything. If it lights on and on your model, everything is okay. So press the reset and the unit remember or the self-test was successful. Okay. Okay, the next button is the arrow down, and this is for the calibration of the effects of the rotations of the propeller. Okay, so with these 2 buttons you also need to put the trim to the left, which is counterclockwise, and then by entering the mode of the setting up of maximum revolutions per minute, with the trim you set the maximum revolutions per minute. So I enter the mode by pressing the arrow down and pressing the reset. So you see that the blue SMD stops flashing. So this means that you are in the mode of calibration. So I put the small screwdriver into the trimmer, and by the intensity of light I will set up the maximum revolutions per minute. So you can see how it is set up, okay, by the intensity. So on the model it looks like this. So this is the minimum position on the left. So I start rotating clockwise, and you see that you can set up the revolutions as you wish, okay? So this is the maximum, okay? So I will set up accordingly and check with the intensity of the light, okay? So this is perfect, I would say. So you see the intensity of the light, and press reset, and you have the calibrated the maximum revolutions per minute. Okay, and the last button here is the button OK. So this is the checking the inputs right here. So you can check your input if it's correctly connected. So by pressing the OK and the reset, you are in the mode of testing. So I go by ground. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So basically, this is your input test, and press reset, that everything is okay. So you have two modes basically here. One is checking the unit itself, which is arrow up and OK, and the middle mode of the arrow down is for the calibrating of the maximum revolutions per minute. Last thing is the small tiny jumper here. Okay, so this small tiny jumper, if it's on the unit, the rotations of the propeller starts to the maximum of the setup continuously. If you remove the jumper, it starts with some disturbance. Okay, so you can try how if you are assembling or finishing the model with the propellers and it is piston aircraft, not the jet aircraft, you can start with the disturbance or without, how you basically like it. Okay, so this is the everything about the control unit 1. We also are introducing small tiny heartbeat, which is the smaller one than the previous one. It has about the same effects. It is for one engine. Also the activation is the same against the minus pole or ground, and the unit itself is only for single engine aircraft, for example P-51, Spitfire, or turboprop Tucano, or AN2, so only for one PVM only. Also it has the sound module, so you can upload MP3 to the micro SD card, and it has 5 steady outputs for the LED diodes, and 3 or 4 for the flashing. So you can basically connect the small jet aircraft into it as well. The PVM itself, also for the jet fighter, you put to the exhaust nozzle the light and connect to the PVM, and it shows you some let's say afterburner effect. Alright, so this is basically it. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to drop us an email, or just write a comment under the video, and to the next one I will say hi. For the starting effects you have two options. You can put the switch here like I have on the power supply, and then the jumper connect with the ground and the effect you would like to have. So I have now 4-engine aircraft or 2-engine aircraft or jet fighter. Second option is that you remove the jumper and put instead of it the switch, this one. So when you connect the power supply, the blue SMD starts flashing immediately, and it's awaiting the impulse from the switch, which is connected instead of the jumper. So this is the second options which you have in the connection. I prefer this one because you can have the power supply on and just waiting for the effect with the switch, and then the all effect starts to be generating, and the jumper is like this. Okay, so this is just for info. This is the typical display base, how I am preferring it. So it is the frame on which there is a foam board on which the diorama is created. So you decide how you want to display your model, if with some tarmac or with grass or with other things. And right here you can see the wire which is going out of the model straight to the display base and underneath to the control unit. So everything is perfectly hidden, so you have a nice display base, and in general you have a possibility to cover also the model with some glass protection, so nobody is touching it, and it's a prevention of the dust. So this is how I am usually doing it. The display base is like this.